Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Jstfish Outdoors. I'm your host, Dale York, and this evening we're going to have some video from 2 or 3 different guides that I ran into when I was at the Oklahoma City Boat, RV, and Tackle Show a couple of weeks ago. You'll have to kind of excuse my voice tonight. I've been a little under the weather, and I didn't get a chance to do last week's show, but we've got a pretty hefty show for you tonight. We're going to talk to some people and get some fishing reports, and we're going to see what's going on from around the country, or at least around Oklahoma. And we're going to talk to some of the local guides and look at some of the new services they may be offering, as well as some of the fishing current things that are going on around Oklahoma. We got a couple of fishing reports, one from Dave, who always sends us a fishing report. We're going to talk to him a little bit and see what he has to say. And after that, we're going to talk to Steve Carroll, Weekend Duty Guide Service. He's offering a new service. He just kicked it off last year. And for those of you who like a full-rounded experience, I highly recommend getting hold of Steve and checking out this new jet boat service that he's offering for catching very large stripers. So, we're going to see what he has to say a little bit. And then we're also going to talk to some of my favorite people down on Texoma, Sparky's Guide Service. And, folks, I highly recommend, if you're going down in that area, to definitely give them folks a call, because they really, really do it up right. So first up, let's talk to Dave Clark, see what he has to say, and see what's going on around here.
Hello, it's David Clark doing a weekly report for Dale York's Jstfish Outdoors webcast for Northeast Oklahoma. I wasn't out on the water this past week. My boat's in the shop, but I've been keeping up with the fishing reports and everything. Keystone Lake, the shad's still not in Appalachia Bay as far as I know, and the guys that I've watched and that's been going and stuff. The catfishing reports I see, again, haven't been real good. Center Lake, they had a catfish tournament over on Center Lake last weekend. Big fish was 42 pounds with Michael Price as a getting hooked catfish tournament. Forget the name of the team that won it, but there were some nice fish caught, and then there was some guys that didn't catch anything. Looked like about half the guys that went didn't catch anything. That kind of held true for the hybrid striper fishermen that were over there. They didn't do very good at all on Saturday. The water temperature up at the buoy line was actually not there, and some guys got ran off because they went past the buoy line. But you got to make sure there's some buoys there. You can't go past those buoys, or else O&G will come out and run you out. OG&E, not O&G. The water temperature at the buoy line was about 50. Out on the main lake was about 38, as on Center Lake. Skytook Lake, still seeing some crappie reports. Guys catching them 15, 20 foot of water around ledges and drop-offs and brush. Some pretty nice crappie coming out of Skytook Lake. Haven't seen anything for Oolaga. Rusty Pritchard's still doing good up on Grant on snagging for spoonbill. And haven't seen any other catfish reports coming from there at all. I haven't been, so I haven't been posting any reports. If I go, I'll post a report, whether it's good or bad. Sometimes you don't want to pass some bad reports, but it's just information, so I feel like I need to post the bad reports also. Anyway, this coming week, starting a week from Monday, this next Monday, the Tulsa Boat and Tackle Show starts. I'll have a booth out there. You can stop by and see me. I'm sure it'll be about like it's been in the past. Seems like the tackle's getting fewer and fewer. A whole lot of pontoon boats. Fish on.
Thanks, Dave, for that report. Folks, it's that time of year when fishing can really, really get tough. You have to somewhat be a dedicated fisherman to get out there and brave some of this inclement weather that we're having and continue to have. So it's just a tough time of year all the way around. But if you can't go fishing, at least you can talk about it. There's several outdoor shows going on around the area. I'll be attending some of them, be at several of them doing seminars. So, if you need more information on that, feel free to contact me, and we'll bring you up to speed on that as well. The next person we're going to talk to Steve Carroll of Weekend Duty Guide Service. And like I said, he's offering a new service that for those of you who really like a good, well-rounded experience, you need to get a hold of him, because he offers this jet boat trip on the Lower Illinois, and it is just an exhilarating boat ride, along with very good fishing for the larger stripers. And you know, he's getting access to fish that a lot of people don't get access to. So let's hear what Steve has to say and see what he's got going on.
All right, good morning, folks. This is Steve Carroll with Weekend Duty Guide Service. We're over here at the Oklahoma City Tackle RV and Boat Show this weekend. I'm with Dale York, a fellow Lowrance Pro staffer. We brought our jet boat with us this weekend that we use for striper fishing trips down on the Lower Illinois River. The boat was built by Miracle Marine up in Potosi, Missouri. Hope you can see the phone number behind us. This boat is a tank. It's a custom-built center console 23-foot jet boat. We run up the Lower Illinois River in this boat in about 4 inches of water.
Yeah, folks, Steve really offers a very unique guided trip on the Lower Illinois, where he really specializes in catching large stripers.
Yep.
And you know, last year was his first year, and just had a marvelous, successful year doing this. It's so specialized in what you do.
Yeah, we did a little bit of research on the river. We've been talking to the wildlife department biologists for several years about that fish population up there. We did some exploratory trips in 2016 that were very successful. We caught a lot of fish, a lot of really good-sized fish. You know, 15 to 20-pound striped bass is that's kind of average size up there.
Right.
And so a friend of mine and I had this boat custom built that winter and used it last summer. In the summer of 2017 was our first year operating the jet boat up there. And we caught fish every trip. It's live bait fishing with we use shad for bait.
Shad, yeah.
And we drift down the river backwards in this boat. The boat ride up the river is kind of the starting highlight of the trip, where we run across 3 ripples going up the river, and the water's about 4 inches deep.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's
an exhilarating ride, to say the least.
Oh yeah, it's a very fun ride to get up to where we fish. It's about a 7-mile ride up the river, and then we fish up there as long as the power company is generating water out of 10-killer dam. So it's a very fun trip. The boat is excellent. It's roomy. It's safe, and we catch a lot of fish up there on the river.
Steve, now what's that phone number? If people are interested in booking a trip with you, what's that phone number? How can they get a hold of it?
The phone number is 918-706-5824.
And that's Weekend Duty Guide Service, folks. I know he's all over Facebook, and you have a website of the same name.
Yep.
Weekend Duty. They can contact you via Facebook. They can contact via your website or email, and they can definitely contact you via phone number. And what's that phone number again?
That phone number, that's my cell phone. It's 918-706-5824.
And what if someone's interested in booking this trip? What is going to be the average price they're going to expect to pay for this?
We try and limit the trip to 2 anglers, and that gives us the most success. But it's $350 a day for 2 people. I furnish all the bait, all the tackle, everything we need to fish is furnished by me. All the people need to do is bring whatever they want to eat and drink while we're out on the boat.
And most of these trips, I imagine, are like half or 3/4 day trips.
Yeah, they're normally 5 to 6 hour trips.
Yeah, and that doesn't count the boat ride.
Yeah.
That's actual fishing time. Yeah. So, folks, I highly recommend Steve Carroll of Weekend Duty Guide Service. I have fished with Steve, and I know he just does lights out for his clients. he goes above and beyond and really tries to give them a very, very, very fun experience on any, whether you want to do a hybrid striper. Let's talk about your hybrid striper trips, the trips that you do as well.
Yep, we do, in addition to the striped bass trips down in the lower Illinois River, I fish for hybrid striped bass. Normally, the best months are April and May. In the springtime, over on Skytook Lake, northwest of Tulsa. The pricing on that is about the same. It's $350 for 2 people, and then $50 for each additional person. And I can take up to 5 people in that boat on a hybrid
you have
trip.
a big Predator that you use for the hybrid striper.
Yes.
It's very comfortable. You know, it's equipped with the updated Lowrance electronics, and it's very, very comfortable. It's close to Tulsa. You know, it's just a very, very good family-oriented trip. If you have young kids, I highly recommend a trip like this. And Steve, if they want to book a hybrid striper trip or a striper trip, how's the best way to get a hold of you?
Yep, my cell phone number is 918-706-5824. You can contact me off my webpage, weekendduty.com, or you can message me on Facebook off the Weekend Duty Facebook page. So 3 good ways to get a hold of me. I monitor all that stuff on a daily basis.
And folks, I really highly recommend, if you're interested, you know, like I said before, this is really a family-oriented service that Steve provides. If you've got young kids that want to fish, call him up and definitely book one of these hybrid trips, because they will have more fun than they've ever had in their life.
Yeah,
it's an exciting multiple fish day. In many cases, Steve gets involved with, there's multiple rods going down and 4 or 5 people catching fish at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
So it can really be fast-paced, perfect for the kids. He can do an evening trip or he can do a full day trip.
Yep.
So it's really something to look at. So contact Steve, Weekend Duty Guide Service. This is Dale York and Steve Carroll of Weekend Duty Guide Service saying, we'll catch you later.
All right, folks, that was Steve Carroll of Weekend Duty Guide Service. I highly recommend you folks giving him a call if you're looking to book that hybrid striper trip or looking to book that striper trip. You know, that number again is 918-706-5824. So be sure you give Steve a call. And I know, like I said, he really, really works hard for all of his clients. And I know you guys will have a really, really good trip if you book a trip with him. And like I said, it's that's one of those things that one of the trips that is really, really family friendly. You know, you can take the kids and yourselves and get on the boat. Just be sure you take a video camera, because it's you're really going to be able to capture some really, really wonderful video. Well, folks, next people up, we're going to talk to Larry and Sparky's Guide Service, and they're really, in my humble opinion, probably the best outfitters that have worked in the Lake Texoma area for stripers. They have just absolutely top-notch equipment, and they provide really a top-notch service along with great guides. So let's talk to Sparky and Larry and Eddie and see what's going on down there.
Hi folks, Dale York, Jstfish Outdoors, and I'm at the 2018 Oklahoma RV and Boat Show, and I'm with my good friends Larry and Eddie Sparks of Sparky's Guide Service, which is home down on Lake Texoma. And folks, let me tell you, they have fantastic equipment, and in my humble opinion, probably the best outfitters that are working Texoma Lake. So Eddie, how about, what are you doing down there this year?
Right now we're catching big stripers on sassy shad, 5-inch sassy shad, casting and retrieve, a slow retrieve with the water temps the way they are. It's the slow retrieve back up the ledges, you know, hitting structure on the lake is working very well for some of the bigger stripers right now.
Larry, I'm sure you've seen a real resurgence since the floods we had last year. You think the fishing is back to where it needs to be?
I do. 4 years ago, 3 and 4 years ago both, we had the big floods. Our fishing took a pretty good hit.
Right.
We all know that. What we're catching right now is the fish equivalent to what we were catching right when the floods hit. So, you know, with everything that we're seeing, we're hoping that we're back to where we were, because 4 years ago we thought it couldn't be any better.
Right.
And we're that good right now.
Oh, that's just wonderful, wonderful. Well, folks, let me tell you, like I said before, you know, they have over 30-foot boats. They can accommodate a very large crew. You have multiple boats. They have all first-rate, top-notch equipment, and they have probably, in my humble opinion, some of the best guides on the lake. So, Eddie, how can they get a hold of you if they want to book a trip with you?
Just give us a Sparky or I a call, 580-305-0533. You know, we'll get them down in the book and let's get a trip planned.
And what are your rates as far as your striper trips?
$125 a person for 3 or more, or we have a $350 minimum for 2. 6 and under, we accommodate them for free. You know, where kids are welcome on our boats.
Yeah. Folks, go to their Facebook page and look at some of the fish they've been catching the last few days. They've really been producing some phenomenal catches. So once again, folks, if you're looking to go to Texoma and you're looking for a striper guide, give these folks a call, because in my opinion, they are Jstfish Outdoors approved, and they are the best on the lake.
You can reach us at on Facebook at Eddie Sparks 47, you know, is our Facebook feed, and I keep it posted every day we come off the lake.
Current. Yeah, I've seen some of the pictures, and it's absolutely awesome. So we certainly appreciate it. And folks, once again, like I said, if you're looking to go down to Texoma, you know, they can accommodate the whole family. You can put the whole family in one of your boats and then still have plenty of room.
We can usually do 2 families.
There you go. There you go. They just have just awesome equipment down there. So give Eddie a call. And Eddie, what's that phone number once again?
580-305-0533.
This is Dale York, Jstfish Outdoors for Sparky's Guide Service down on Texoma, saying, we'll catch you later.
All right, folks, that was Larry and Eddie Sparks, Sparky's Guide Service down on Texoma. You know, once again, folks, I really don't talk about anybody or put anybody on video that I haven't personally fished with, and I have fished with some of their guides down there, and know those guys pretty well, and they really do a awesome job down there as far as you know, doing work for their clients. It's really first top-rate service. Well, that'll just about wrap it up for this week's Jstfish Outdoors. Hopefully in the not too distant future, we'll be bringing you some more live video feeds and some live video of actually me being on the water. Hopefully I'll get feeling better in the next few days and feel like getting out myself. So anyway, you folks be careful out there if you're getting out. Remember, wear that PFD. This time of year can be very dangerous with the cold water conditions. So keep that in mind. You know, we want everybody to come home that went out. So this is Dale York, Jstfish Outdoors, saying, we'll catch you later.